Hello, Aries. Welcome to your monthly reading for January 2026. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, yeah, we're going to get right into it. First, if you are new to my channel, I'm going to give you your astrological overview. Then we'll do your Celtic cross spread. And then we're going to break it down week by week. And we'll talk about some aspects and pull more cards and then the second spread. But wow. Well, first, happy 2026. I hope you brought your champers and some cake and your tool belt because you're about to get busy. We're here. It's the first month of the first half of the once a lifetime multi-year rebirth. And you're going to be building. You're going to be building that bridge toward your legacy. That is Capricorn energy, but you're going to be so hyper-focused on career gains and fame and getting recognition for what you deserve. It's all about hard work and your effort all being paid off. You have the bonus of your ruler, Mars, exalted in Capricorn, his strongest placement. So that's going to give you this unbelievable, even like miraculous drive and discipline that you haven't seen in 2 years. So this is going to be huge because we move into Aquarius season. That rules your 11th house of your future hopes and long-term goals and dreams. Get ready. Buckle up. Look at what's happening. Look at what's happening. I told you this is going to be a rare month. This is going to be one of the most bananas Januaries you've ever experience. So prepare to burn some calories, making a name for yourself. It's all here, okay? If you saw your 2026 forecast, by the way, for your sun, which I'll leave at the end of this video. If you didn't, you're welcome. You know this month is just brimming with rare aspects and events and alignments, such as a 4-planet stellium in your 10th house of fame and career and achievements, and a 5-planet conjunction in your future hopes and long-term goals and dreams, and you're making new friends. You're expanding your network. That is the 11th house. You're going to have 4 Kazimis, okay? There is going to be 2 days where you have 5 aspects each day. You're also going to have a once every 164-year transit that is all about you. You're going to have a last of its kind new moon. And of course, the biggest thing of all, my birthday, January 28th. You better have cake because this month, actually, you're going to be celebrating the fact there is only one challenging aspect this entire month. Can you believe that? Now, with that said, Aries, these conjunctions, and again, there's a lot. Just wait till we get to the back. They're incredibly potent. They're formidable, okay? 4 of which are with Pluto, the planet of power and destruction. And that's all compressed in a 1-week period. So I always say you create your reality, and here it is. This is truly up to you how you use these energies, these conjunctions, especially with Pluto that's in your 11th house. All right. There may be some things with friendships. There may be some big movement here. But it really, listen, the theme of January for you, honestly, it is all about your future. When we say hyper focused, it's like anything but, okay? Because Capricorn and Aquarius, the 2 seasons we're going to be in, they're co-ruled by Saturn. Yeah. The planet of life lessons and long-term goals and responsibilities. And with great power comes great responsibility. But this month, Saturn is, thankfully, he's cool. Okay? Yeah, he's the authority. But this month, he's like a PE teacher. Okay? You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. And even though there are such potent aspects this month, remember, potent is the root of potential, derived from power, and power comes from within, that inner courage and self-belief for empowerment. And you're going to have heaps of it because you brought your tool belt, the expensive one. And FYI, you're not building a city. It's just a bridge. You're going to be fun. You're going to be good. And you're going to hit the ground running because Thursday, January 1st, Happy 2026. Not only is 2026 a 1 year, right? 10 equals 1. Welcome to 1-1. So new beginnings, truly, right off the bat. And it is a loaded day. And by the way, not everything is on the whiteboard. Okay, we're gonna, when we get to your weekly forecast, oh yeah, even at the end, I'll bring some things up. But just right off the bat, you are gonna have actually the challenging aspect of the month. So you kind of just get it right out of the way. And it's Mercury squared Neptune at 29 degrees, critical degree. Mercury is still in Sagittarius, where he doesn't do so well. And you know, Neptune has a little bit of fog, right? So this is a day where it's not, you might not want to make commitments, okay? This is a day where you maybe want to avoid New Year's resolutions because it can bring a little bit of delusion. You want to have a foot on the ground. But the good news is Mercury then moves into Capricorn later in the day, and he pulls you back down to earth. So Mercury in Capricorn, this is just strategic, practical, logical, very goal-oriented thinking, ideas, communication. He's going to be here till January 20th. Now, January 3rd, Saturday, that's when you've got the full moon in Cancer, 13 degrees. This is emotionally potent. Yeah? The moon rules Cancer. There's going to be a lot of emphasis here. Home and family and your loved ones. And there's even something here it feels nostalgic for you. But there is definitely something culminating. This is a turning point. There's things that are illuminated. You could feel very emotional. You could feel your intuition really heightened as well. Think about what happened for you around June 25th. All right, that's the corresponding new moon in Cancer that just happened to be right at the time of the Jupiter Cazimi, the luckiest day of 2025. This would be the day you want to make resolutions, because this is a great day to release anything that's been like an emotional anchor. Okay. And this is also, to be honest, a lot of y'all may have moved recently, or it's on your mind, or making big changes at home. Okay. There may be something here. But remember, out with the old, in with the new. That's the theme of 2026. Now, Tuesday, January 6th, you have our first Cazimi, the Sun conjunct Venus. Now, this is part of a rare triple conjunction, a triple Cazimi with the Sun, Venus, and Mars. They're traveling together, okay? The peak intensity would be January 9th. But our first Cazimi with Venus, first of all, a Cazimi is when the planet is in the heart of the Sun. So think about that alignment, right? And this is when a planet goes through its own like death and rebirth. It's a reset. It's a refresh. So Venus is being reborn. And this is a planet of love and money and beauty and creativity, pleasures, right? This is a great day to treat yourself. Go to the spa, get the deluxe package, but the other thing is, there goes my doorbell. I don't know who that is. I'm going to have to go answer it. Okay, Aries, sorry about that. It was the chocolate delivery person. Anyway, speaking of Venus, right? This is treating yourself. You're just going to feel very magnetic, but it's almost like you're in that lane of, this is your 10th house of career. And even if you're not here for a career, it's very public facing. It's your reputation. It's how you want to be seen. It is your legacy. To be honest, this is the 10th house. So honors and achievements, even leadership, social status, all of that. So do some networking. You are going to feel magnetic. Venus is so social. And so this is a really good time to network and meet people, but you're just going to feel it anyway, because January 7th, Venus will conjunct Mars. And you're going to feel this. You know what happens when the two cosmic lovebirds get together in a conjunction, the most powerful aspect where they merge their energies. So please use this. We didn't even get this last year. And remember, Venus is reborn. Mars is exalted. Your passions are going to be off the charts. You are going to feel this. This is your ruler, Mars. This is perfect for a date night. This is enormously special. Partnerships, relationships, off the charts for you. All right. But also career and even money, right? It's Venus. She rules money as well as love. So there really, truly could be something here that you're starting to feel, something that you're starting to see, this big movement in your life. And if Venus, by the way, is what your heart desires, Mars is how you get it. So you have to take that action. But again, it's almost like I don't even have to tell you, you are going to feel it. And commitments go a long way here. Now, Friday, January 9th, you have the Mars Cazimi. You have the Sun conjuncting Mars. So this is like a boombox of an aspect, okay? This is an exalted Mars being reborn, refueled, getting 1,000% of his powers back from the Sun, completely refreshed. This is a rush. This is high frequency willpower, and you are being set up for this fearless actions that you're going to take toward your long-term goals. And it does feel like an initiation when you have the Mars Cazimi. Again, this is a 2-year cycle. Conjunctions, I want you to think of them as like the planting of seeds, the starting of a new storyline. And this is a 2-year storyline for you. But what makes it so bonkers is that this is the day they perfect. The Sun and Mars, they're traveling together. And they're conjuncting all the way up to the new moon, January 18th, 19th, whenever it is. I can't read. This is backwards in the software I use. I can't even read it. Anyway, it's a powerful month. You're going to feel this. So that's love. That's money. That's your passions. That's sex drive. Mars is also physicality. Yeah, he's like a spear. So that said, keep that in mind because it can be super competitive energy. It can be impatient energy. It can be, a little forceful. So just be mindful of that when Mars is reborn. Okay. He's got a lot of energy. Don't go inviting Martha Stewart to a cook-off if you can't even make spaghetti, right? Now, on January 9th, the same day up until the 11th, we do have some Jupiter oppositions with the Sun, Venus, Mars. It's fine. We'll talk about your weekly forecast. Remember, Jupiter always squeezes something good out of an aspect. So these are fine. You may just feel a little bit of a tug of war, especially with Mars, okay? He's refreshed. He's reborn. He just, it's like he just took a bath after, 2-year-long walkabout. But he's exalted in Capricorn. Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. So there is going to be maybe a little bit of tug of war with home and work, and it may feel like everyone around you wants to make executive decisions. You're going to be fine because there is this payoff here, especially with the right strategy, with any courage that, for actions you take. And you do have Mercury in Capricorn, okay, which brings a lot of sensibility. So much better than Mercury in Sagittarius. Now, if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon, your landlord, your boss, it doesn't matter. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and I am throwing in water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, will feel these Cazimis and conjunctions the most. All right? I'm actually going to throw you in there too. I mean, it is your ruler. But if you have any planet 16 to 20 degrees in any of the signs that I just mentioned, right? Well, those planets are going to be aspected. You're going to feel it the most. All right. Now, what else? Oh, yeah. Are you ready for super loaded flashpoint of a long holiday weekend that's got 15 aspects? Yeah. Let's start with Saturday. And this is, remember, just Saturday. You have Venus sextile Neptune. You have the Sun sextile Saturn. You have the Sun trine Uranus. You have Mercury conjunct Mars. And you have Venus moving into Aquarius. This is a day. It's a day. But what's really interesting about this is that there's going to be some movement here. especially with Venus moving into Aquarius, which we'll talk about more in your weekly forecast. The one thing that I want, and that's just, you've got Venus in a sign of community and like shared missions and, like groups. So you are going to be social, really, really social, networking, expanding your network, especially the latter half of the month. The one thing I want to point out for you is Mercury conjuncting Mars in Capricorn, okay? We had a lot of these conjunctions with Mercury and Mars over the fall. This is in Capricorn. Again, a lot of career-related activity that could be happening here. You could be having some really important conversations that are, thankfully grounded with that Capricorn energy. But just, again, be mindful. This is strong. It's Mercury and Mars. Mars is reborn, all right? And, still kind of like conjuncting the sun, right? So this can be like bossy energy. It can be blunt executive decisions with no room for discussion, like thanks but no thanks, that type of energy. So just be mindful of that. And then Sunday, January 18th, the new moon in Capricorn, 29 degrees. It's like 28 and some change, like late change, like 44. So really is 29, but either way, it's magical. It's foundation building. You're going to love this new moon. A lot of you are getting new jobs, by the way. You're getting new jobs. Something's happening within your realm of career and work and profession. Again, if you're not here for that, your reputation, your passions, okay? Keep it light. Your passions, right? It could be you getting a new, starting your own business. It could be something. It could be like you getting a new boss. There's so much here. So many aspects in this 10th house area. All right. And Mars conjunct Mercury is baked into this. And remember, it's a good thing. It's all about how you use these aspects. This is you've got a lot of potential. You have a lot of doors that you can open right now. Okay. And the other thing is you're still, the fact that you have the new moon with Mercury, by the way, trine Uranus and Taurus. This does make it the last of its kind. Remember, Uranus will be leaving Taurus in a few months, so this will never happen again in our lifetime. And at 29 degrees, the anaretic degree. So there is this graduation here. There is this true ending and beginning. And the fact that Uranus in Taurus rules your second house of salary and income and finances. Yes, there is you got that new job smell, okay? It smells really great, right? I would not be surprised if you're signing something, launching a business. There's definitely something contractual here with Mercury sextile Saturn, by the way. Saturn, remember, long haul energy. This is big. And even with Mercury trine Uranus, like there could be some surprising news, unexpected news. It could be you even making a big announcement or you having some big breakthrough. So please plant seeds. Yeah, set intentions. This is Capricorn. Earth sign, you got some really fertile soil. So, and that said, Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and I'm throwing in water signs, will feel this the most. If you have any planets 27 to 29 degrees in any of those signs, like there's a lot happening for you. All right. Now, really big shift. Here's the other thing is that January 19th, that's Monday. Happy Martin Luther King Day. If you're in the U.S., it's that long holiday. Well, here we go. You have got happy Aquarius season and welcome officially to the Great Awakening. Yeah, with the moving into Aquarius season. Yeah, Aquarius being ruled by Uranus, the Great Awakener. But even still, and by the way, yes, thank you for everyone who has become members. Here's the thing. You're going to feel this really big shift. It's almost like your inbox, your emails, your DMs, everything is overflowing, flooded with just a lot of communication. Okay? Because remember, Aquarius rules not only your future goals and dreams, but your social network, your support system, benefactors and allies and friendships and your squad. But Aquarius also rules innovation and humanity. Remember the glyph the water bear, pouring knowledge, right? And so you really are going to channel a lot of this energy. You're going to like vibe with people. You're going to be torn, like, oh, I got invited to this and this and this, and you're going to have those moments with all of these aspects happening in Aquarius. But the one thing that I want you to know, you and Aquarius, you have this affinity, right? You're very independent, Aries, and so is Aquarius, right? Aquarius is, they march to their own drumbeat. It's trademark Aquarius, like they embrace their quirks and authenticity and independence. They go against the grain. They do have that rebellious energy, just like you, but they are really, really, that's their thing. And when I say rebellious, it's for the greater good, right? They rule humanity. So the greater good of humanity, think Galileo and Rosa Parks and Mozart and Thomas Edison, Harry Styles, whoever, all Aquarians, right? So they are known as the genius because they're known as the inventors, all right? And they're cerebral. And when I say that, it's like pattern recognition. They're known for their deep thinking. They're very inquisitive. They have this hunger for knowledge. They ask the questions, and they're not fans of authority. And so for the next 4 weeks, you will be embracing this energy, and you're going to feel familiarity here, but you're also going to take your bridge that you built and you're going to cross it, because Aquarius does rule the future and is also the disruptor. You're going to shake things up. And in terms of your social network, okay? It's like written all over remember, Uranus is Aquarius's ruler, right? So it shakes things up, shakes up routines. And so, yeah, it does feel a little like you might embrace that rebellious side of yours. Now, here's the thing. On that day, I don't even know what I wrote here. Again, I can't even read it when I look at but on that day, you will have the Sun sextile Neptune. You're going to have Venus conjunct Pluto. You're going to have Mars trine Uranus, Mars sextile Saturn, and Saturn sextile Uranus. And as you know, Saturn sextile Uranus is part of the Prism portal. And this is one of its peak moments. So this is an insane weekend. That's 15 aspects, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I didn't even include the asteroids. I didn't include anything yet. I didn't. So, yeah, buckle up, because the moon will be in Aquarius too. Anyway, and Saturn sextile Uranus. Yeah, those are Aquarius's two rulers. This is just enormously special, and we're going to talk about it more in your weekly forecast. Just know you're about to have the biggest breakthroughs you've ever had in a January, okay? Opportunities like you could have never imagined. It's right at the new moon. This holiday, it's a flashpoint, and these are all supportive, harmonious aspects. Remember, Saturn is here with these sextiles with Mars and just Uranus. Like, he's doing his thing. He's helping you build your bridge, right? Well, the PE teacher, but at least he's not making you climb that rope thing. You're going to do your thing. Now, I want you to focus on Venus conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, your 11th house. This is huge. This is love. This is money. This is power. This is your values, investments, all brought to the table. Okay? Remember, Pluto happens to be your 8th house ruler. So this, when I say relationships and money and building your wealth and legacy, this is like to the stars. I don't think I've ever said that before. Anyway, it's also like sex and love. Anyway, okay, so great. Tuesday, January 20th, you got Mercury moving into Aquarius. Very forward thinking, very original, ahead of the curve, very cerebral. Like I said, we'll talk about more in your weekly forecast. But now from January 21st to the 23rd, now you've got the triple conjunction. You're going to feel this deeply. okay, in your bones. January 21st, Wednesday, you have a Mercury cazimi. We have these a couple times a year. This is when Mercury's reborn. It's the planet of communication and ideas and brainstorming. Yeah, that refresh, but it's in Aquarius. So it's more like an upgrade. It's more like you tripling your brain cells. And Mercury is considered exalted in Aquarius. It's not official, but it makes sense too, okay? Because Mercury happens to be the lower octave of Uranus, all right? And remember, Uranus is Aquarius' ruler. But anyway, you're going to have a huge moment of clarity here. At the same time, Thursday, January 22nd, you've got Mercury conjunct Pluto. Remember, Pluto goes really deep. Pluto excavates. You're tapping into your inner scully, okay? And remember, Pluto has intensity, so you could have some intense conversations around this time, or even like, really big ideas that you went really deep to explore, like a rabbit hole. But also remember, everything's energy, okay? Including the words that come out of your mouth. This is Mercury, right? With Pluto, the planet of power. And then Friday, January 23rd, that's when you have the Pluto cazimi. What? Yeah. So now you literally have the planet of death and rebirth having its own death and rebirth. Well, I'll talk about it more in your weekly forecast, but the magnitude of these back-to-back conjunctions are really going to penetrate. They are in your 11th house. There's no other place you really would want it. So you're going to have a lot of momentum. It's almost like you discover superpowers you never knew you had. I mean, Pluto is transformation, and he's digging. There's going to be some truths coming to the surface. It's in your 11th house. You're going to be revealing things to friends. They're going to be revealing things to you. You're going to be learning things about friends that they kept secret. Yeah. They might be telling you things. You're going to be speaking your truth or standing for the truth. If you can handle the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And as we know, truth requires loyalty to yourself, to others. It is your 11th house, okay? It's also whistleblower energy. You're really going to peel back the lid to secure your bridge, your legacy, the day that your ruler, Mars, moves into Aquarius, 0 degrees, all right? This surge of energy that you are going to feel with all the planets that have left Capricorn, Mars is joining them. And thus begins your 5-planet conjunction in Aquarius. Yeah. Mars, Pluto, the Sun, Mercury, Venus. It's already begun. You already felt it. All right. But Mars in Aquarius, you're just going to give everything that you've got for your future aspirations. You're going to see things through the lens of humanity, focusing on truth and freedom and equality for the collective. I mean, that's just Aquarius energy, but you and your future, remember what I said in your 2026 forecast is going to be a big theme, and it starts now. Your role and how you contribute, okay? Now, the other thing is, and you're going to make a lot of new friends too. Yeah, I hope you're ready. Even like if you're like, no, I got enough friends. No, you're gonna, okay? Now, Tuesday, January 26th, they could be online friends too. Tuesday, the 27th, you got Mars conjunct Pluto. Now, this needs a disclaimer. You've got the two most powerful planets. This is that disruptor energy, but on a whole other dimension. And when I say disruptor, I'm talking like Time Magazine's top 100 disruptor list, like that, okay? Like you're gonna make a name for yourself. This is maximum overdrive. Yes, it is also sex drive. No brakes. This is a particle accelerator of an aspect for your passions and your goals and your transformation. Everything that you want for your future. We didn't get this last year. It's every 2 years. Use it, okay? Don't let it use you, but definitely be mindful. It is again, potent. It can be very domineering. It's your ruler, right? In the most rebellious sign, there can be some moments here with friendships, even authority figures and bosses. But for you, with it being in your 11th house, yes, like authority, but also maybe some friends. You may have, like, here's the line, yeah, and you're at the beach. Anyway, also remember you're on a karmic journey. Everything has a ripple effect, so use this wisely. Air signs. Oh, by the way, remember Mars and Pluto, Scorpio's ruler, okay? So that just brings in that 8th house energy for you again with love and money and investments and, you know, intimacy, your legacy, all right? Inheritance, and there's a lot happening here, but we'll talk about it more in your weekly forecast. There really could be something with joint bank accounts, debt consolidation, like things like that. Anyway, air signs, Gemini, Libra. You hear the church bells? That's a sign. You know it, right? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius will feel all these conjunctions the most, and I am throwing in the fire signs, you, Leo, and Sagittarius. If you have any planets 0 to 5 degrees and any other signs, buckle up. And you see what's happening, right? Between these conjunctions, you have on Monday, January 26th, Neptune moving into Aries, 0 degrees. You had a preview of this, your birthday season, March 30th till about October 22nd. Yeah, we'll talk about it in your weekly forecast. Actually, I did a video that I forgot that I did. I'll leave it at the end of this video, the Neptune and Aries video, what you can expect Aries with Neptune in your sign until 2039. Yeah, you probably want to see what's happening, but like I said, you and Aquarius, me, right? We get along. And it's these energies, yeah, the Aries and the Aquarius, the two A's, right? That's going to be leading the new era. And it's going to be a lot more obvious to Aries when we get to the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius and Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries, 3 days apart, February 17th. To the 20th, okay? The Great Reset and the Great Awakening, a continuation of it. So let's get started. Aries, and let's see what's going on for you for January 2026. Aquarius. Aries. I did that again. Yeah, it's late. Aries. Stop it. You crack me up. I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. Yeah. Best overview. Yeah. Especially for a monthly forecast. And if we need to pull clarification, you know we will. And we're going to break it down after. We'll pull more cards. And the other thing is, y'all are amazing. Aries, I'm very excited for what's happening here. You have a lot. You have a lot going on. And honestly, when I say buckle up, come on. You know what's happening in February, right? So just prepare. I mean, you're on a rocket ship. All right? Just you're going to get okay. You're good. I don't even know what to say. Like, you're get out of town. Aries, you're making this very easy for me. You got the devil. Yeah, remember what I said around that time in the beginning of the month. It's almost like you have this awareness. Jimmy said, out with the old and with the new. The things that you don't want to bring into 2026, leave it behind in the old world. You're going to take that seriously, okay? Because you've been feeling it. This card is attributed to Capricorn. You started feeling a lot of this energy, in December, where we are now. So go forth, but leave this behind. Any of that pessimistic thinking, any addictions or obsessions or codependency and all of that, you are truly becoming a new you. When you've got Neptune moving into your sign, which you've never experienced other than that little brief moment over the summer, yeah? And Saturn in your sign, it's been a long time, what, 89? Yeah. You've got to just, and this would be career related too. Remember, Capricorn energy, that is your 10th house. So, it could be like a toxic boss. Are you in a work environment where you're like, I know one Aries friend who is. So anyway, break free from those chains. You're going to. You're going to. There's no doubt about it. And even astrologically, like what did I say? You're moving into Aquarius season. You have all these conjunctions in Aquarius, the sign of freedom, right? Being free. Aquarians need their freeness. Yeah, they need their space. Yeah, you're good. You're going to listen. When you've got all these Kazimis and conjunctions and a new moon in your 10th house of public recognition and success, I mean, this is victory. This is eminence. Remember all that 11th house activity. I said you're going to be social. I said Venus is going to make you magnetic. This is a procession. You got an audience here cheering you on, okay? Golf clapping. That horse, by the way, it's still going because it's a procession. So there's many more to come. This is like milestones and success, but that's really great. You're good. You're good. You're going to get recognized for something, but you've got to, okay? Now you have the 9 of Wands. I don't mind it. It's in your challenge area. Okay. There's someone that feels like it's more about emotions and feelings. Okay. There just feels like there's someone who's really holding on to something that it's reached its expiration date. And if you feel like that's you as well, which I don't think it will be, but if you feel like it's you, remember, okay, that's why. If you didn't truly let any of that energy go, it's going to still come with you, okay? So keep that in mind. And the other thing is, look at this. You're coming out of something. You've fought hard to get what you deserve. You're going to see it transpire everything this month. You should be very proud of yourself. You've got the pair, the queen and the king. There's so much wealth you're going to feel and experience in your life this month. And it's going to feel really good. And yeah, it's very likely you're going to be getting things too, like material possessions, but also money. There's hugely highlighted. Remember, I said Uranus is so active in Taurus at that anoretic degree. That's huge. And that is your 2nd house of income, salary. But that also, remember all that 8th house energy that you're going to really tap into, which is building your wealth. It's also, the 8th house is doing shadow work. Okay? You're good. You look, Wheel of Fortune in your future. It's like, the universe has looked down at you and said, hey, that Aries, we really put them through the ringer. And we're about to give them a couple years that they will never forget. So why don't we give them something fun? Why don't we open a door for them that they never saw coming? Why don't we open this path for them because they've really cashed in their karma points? There you go. It's a 10, right? When 0 equals 1, 2026, you're moving into this whole brand new world. And for a lot of y'all, it's this, there's this giddy, like, excitement, even if you don't know which direction you're going, you still know you're getting to where you need to go. You'll figure it out along the way. You're Aries. Anyway, I mean, that's karma. That's good luck. That's everything. You're good. You're amazing. And yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is attributed to Jupiter. So blessings and abundance. Anyway, let's see let's look at your stuff. Aries, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, share, and what is the new thing? I always forget it. Hype. Hype the video. No, seriously, do it. And then the other thing I was going to say is, like, I love y'all. And I do want to hear from you. What is going on? You have a truly unforgettable month. This is so unforgettable for you. Let's see what's, you're, I'll give you a look. Okay. You got the Two of Pentacles. There you go. I mean, there's just your affirmation here that two things. A, yeah, you are going to have opportunities that come through. So you're kind of like maybe weighing your odds. You're probably going to be prioritizing. I would recommend it as well. Prioritize your daily responsibilities. There's going to be a lot of North Node, South Node activations in January as well. So we'll talk about it in your weekly forecast. But hey, it's a good sign, but just don't take on too much. Don't, be distracted. And this is like balancing things out in your life. Like I said, it's more about like prioritization. Okay. Especially with career. Now you have the Hermit. This is great because this is in your external factors area. It does look like there might be someone who is like a PE teacher or a wiser, equally wise as a PE teacher, maybe a math teacher and whoever, principal, someone that has her back, someone who is full of wisdom, someone who is like that guiding light, right? With that here. Okay. So it looks like there might be someone that's really pivotal in terms of your direction and in terms of like just you having the month that you're going to have. So there is some guidance that you will have. And it could be an older person. The Hermit is Virgo, by the way. It could be a Virgo. It could be a Virgo rising, Virgo moon. But there is someone that's out there for you. All right. So it also could be someone on your journey with you because you have a lot of like you're connecting with others, and a lot of things that are happening for you this month will be with like maybe like a significant other or business partner or okay. So they may bring some wisdom into circumstances. You have the Three of Swords. Okay. But where it is in your stuff is like, nope, no more. I don't know. I'm done with that. I've had that. I've experienced it. No more. And the other thing is, don't not do something because you've already, if you feel that you're basing decisions out of like fear, let's say, or something that you remember happened in the past. Or like, oh, I remember it, like, I don't know, applying to this job at Marshall's in the past and had a really bad interview. I'm never going to apply there again. But then they do a job posting. That's perfect for you, right? Don't, sabotage yourself. And then lastly, Page of Wands and your final outcome. As in, like, apply for that job. Page of Wands, you're getting a new job. All right. Something new is coming into your life. It could even be if you are here for love and relationships. Yeah. You've got Venus just like really supportive. Like date, all of that. I mean, when you got Venus conjunct Mars, come on. If someone may be coming into your life, but that is your final outcome of the Page of Wands. There's something here where it does feel there's a new beginning. Recognition right here, that Wheel of Fortune, Page of Wands. Page of Wands, such a dreamer, big imagination, but it's wands. Like, he's not going to let go of that wand. He's going to build, right? And you got your tool belt. So you're good. Let's break it down. A lot of y'all getting new jobs. Or promotion or starting your own job. And again, if you're not here for that, it could just be a big passion of yours. So breaking it down, the first week of, January, let's see. You do have By the way, you do have on January 1st, the Sun and Venus are going to sextile the North Node in Pisces. They're also going to trine the South Node in Virgo. So it does look like right off the bat, you are working with your destiny, your calling, you're setting up your mission statement for the month. I mean, you have the Sun and the nodes. They both represent life purpose. You throw in Venus here. I mean, this is great, okay? Because there is a sense of like work is involved here. Maybe new work. Maybe you're adjusting, shifting out of something into something new. So that's really nice. And then, as you know, you have the Venus Cazimi, Venus conjunct Mars. You have the Sun conjunct Mars. You will have Mercury sextile the North Node in Pisces as well. That's going to happen January 8th. So you could have a fated conversation. Idea. So let's see what is going. And the Jupiter oppositions, but they're not even. It's just, pay attention to things at home. Let's see what's going on for you for the first week of January. 7 of Wands. This card's all about valor, like standing your ground, okay? It is indicating you might rise so high, people want what you have, okay? Keep that in mind. I mean, you have 3 Kazimis. You have all these conjunctions in your 10th house of fame and public recognition. So just be mindful of that, okay? You got that 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands. He's at the top of the hill, though. Like, you're the one with the advantage. Just know that eventually you're going to have to compromise or, with those Jupiter oppositions, which, again, they're not bad. It's just balancing things out. Now, the second week is, let's see. You might have a really big money moment. Again, remember, Venus represents money, not just love, but money. You see Venus active all month. It is January 14th where you will have Venus sextile Saturn and Venus trine Uranus. So what does this mean? There's something here. There's this opportunity for the long term, okay? With Saturn and then Venus trine Uranus, you got the planet of money trining Uranus in your second house of money. And this is kind of a package deal. So again, something where you shake things up, you do something different. It's very optimistic. Venus, remember, is just so close to the sun right now. So there could be doors opening for you or you opening those doors because you're feeling so ambitious and charged up. Now, and then, you have the 3-day weekend, holiday weekend with 15 aspects with Venus moving into Aquarius too. So, but this does include that new moon in Capricorn. So let's see what's going on for you. Second week. January. Oh, yeah. Listen, here's the thing. If you are a cross watcher, then you will know that the death card has come out a lot. More than, and if you're a subscriber, if this card comes up, you always hear me say, death card doesn't come out as much as it should. Well, there you go. Your life is changing in an enormous way. And you're doing, look at that. You are in protection mode and even offense mode with Mars reborn right there. Like, there's a little bit of competition here. I told you Mars is competitive. People want what you have. This is perseverance, but also look at where that takes you. Your life is changing. The death card is all about this transition from one chapter to another, and you're good. You're really good. Everything's changing. All right? Especially with this new moon in Capricorn. Now, the third week. Welcome to Aquarius season. And then you have so many amazing aspects. I mean, the fact that you have Mars still in Capricorn, trining Uranus and Taurus, and sextiling Saturn again. I mean, what? So again, your second house of money and income and even your values. You got Venus conjunct Pluto. That's love and money. You're good. All right. So, what else is happening? You do have, we move into all those Kazimis. You have so many. Pluto, Kazimi, Mars moving into Aquarius. And then Mars. Well, one thing that I didn't tell you, I'll tell you now. We'll talk about it in your weekly forecast. But on Saturday, January 24th, you will have Juno with the nodes of fate. So now you have Juno, Jupiter's wife, who is all about the truth and justice and equality and relationships and partnerships and contracts. Well, she's now negotiating with the North Node and South Node. So again, there may be something big that's happening for you. This is your 10th house. Juno moved into Capricorn. And so there's something here where she's really protecting you in career and fame. You might be the next Da Vinci. Aries, actually. Let's see what's going on for you. Third week of January. Yeah, you're fine. You're good. I can't even, a lot of y'all are actually, this is like a really good indicator of a lot of y'all are retiring. That's your big transition here. That's your big change. Okay? With that Nine of Pentacles. But the great thing about the Nine of Pentacles is that sense of independence, that sense of self-sufficiency. Again, something that's very Aquarius and is very Aries. She's also rich. That's a bit, you got a lot, look at all these pentacles. For them, that's a lot. And that, I can't even, actually, wait. You, other than that, which it's all major arcana, all pentacles, and all wands. Wow. That's work and money. That's work and money, your passions and money and your values. That's a big deal. All right. The last week is the big one with Mars conjunct Pluto. This is going to be really powerful for you. And you're going to feel this pretty much for, again, it's a 2-year storyline, but you're going to feel it like weeks. I'd say like a week before, a week after. And and then Neptune moving into your sign, obviously a really big deal. Let's see what's going on for you last week of January. Oh, you got the 5 of Cups. Listen, 5 of Cups is attributed to Mars and Scorpio. And remember, Mars conjunct Pluto, right? And Mars and Pluto happen to be Scorpio's ruler, so it brings in that 8th house energy. So there is something here where I told you this is a potent aspect. It is strong. AF. So be very mindful. There could be repercussions from the actions, the bold actions that you take, the powerful. It's very power trippy as well. And I'm not saying that you're going to do that. I'm just saying this can be an aspect where it is domineering. There could be with that 5 of Cups, you just don't want to do anything that you may regret, right? Even with that 3 of Swords here. Remember what I said. There may be something that from the past, something that may have happened in the past where it's in your subconscious and preventing you from doing something in the future, right? This is also just harping on the past and not looking over. You got 2 full cups on the other side. You can't even see them. So there could be some, remember the 8th house is shadow work. I'll clarify that for you. So there may be something here with Mars conjunct Pluto, which is actually really asking you to look at something really deep. Disruptor energy. There you go. 9 of Swords. There's definitely going to be something the last week where you're going to have to be extra sensitive around Mars conjunct Pluto. Because you see here, it's there's another card of regret. Is there something that's happening that last week where you could be, very with Mars conjunct Pluto, and it's oh no, why did I say that? Or why did I do that? And I'll do one more. One more clarify for you. And then you have the Two of Swords. Yeah. You might have to make some big decision there in the last week. Remember, I've said with these conjunctions, it's up to you how you use these energies. So use them for, as a force of good. That Two of Swords with that Nine of Swords, there also could be something here where it really, remember what I said here with that Nine of Wands, there really can be something here that you had to do that you didn't want to do, right? There's something here where it's like, I think this is over. I'm becoming famous. Like you're just, a writer, or I don't know, like whatever. I used to be a writer. But anyway, yeah, there's something here. Well, just be mindful because you got Mars, you have Pluto. I mean, this can be ego. This can be a lot. Though we will talk about your in your weekly forecast. But otherwise, you're good. You're really good. You just don't, you want to make the right decisions. Anyway, Aries, thanks so much. And next week, we'll go deeper in the aspects. And then the second spread, we're going to pull. Let's see. Okay. We'll look at love. We'll look at money. We'll look at career. Oh, we'll look at all of that. Tier 3 members, really good and legendary members. You know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. Aries, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. What is going on? Tell me what's going on. And then, I'll see you next week. All right. Thanks so much, Aries. All right. Bye-bye.